Okay, let's take a look at this one real quickly here. Determine the limiting reactant for the following reaction. Calculate the grams of sulfur dioxide that would be produced. We're not going to do the limiting reactant part. I'm assuming you've done that already. Well, actually, we have to do that in order to determine the grams of, we also need some more information. Found the missing information. Assume, they tell you in the little blue block, assume 23 grams of each reactant is present. That 23 grams is probably going to be different for every person in the class, but it doesn't matter. You'll still work it the same. So we're actually going to be working part E here as well in order to answer part F. So this goes back to our car factory. We have to see how many cars we can make with 23 wheels, and then we have to see how many cars we can make with 23 doors. So I'm going to start off. I've got 23 grams of carbon disulfide. I can't do anything with grams of carbon disulfide. The only thing I ever know about grams is the number of moles. I go to my periodic table, and I've got 12 plus 2 times 32, 64, 76. So 76 grams of sulfur dioxide per 1 mole of sulfur dioxide. So now I've gone from grams to moles. And now we want to switch substances. That was the whole reason we went to moles. And they're wanting sulfur dioxide eventually. So we're going to go to moles of sulfur dioxide. According to our chemical equation, for every 1 mole of carbon sulfide we use, we produce 2 moles of sulfur dioxide. One mole of sulfur dioxide, according to our periodic table, has a mass of 64 grams, 32 plus 32. So now I'm going to multiply everything on top, divide through by everything on the bottom. And that gives me 23 divided by 76 times 2 times 64. That gives me roughly 38.7 grams of sulfur dioxide I can produce. Now we have 23.0 grams of oxygen to start with, and 1 mole of oxygen. And we're going to repeat the process here again. Grams of oxygen. So I've gone from grams of oxygen. Now I'm going to go to moles of sulfur dioxide. According to my chemical equation, for every 3 moles of oxygen I have, I can produce 2 moles of sorry, real sloppy there. 2 moles of sulfur dioxide. And for every 1 mole of sulfur dioxide I have 64 grams of sulfur dioxide. So this is pretty similar to the example I used in lecture. Whoops, I made a calculator error. 23 divided by 32, divide by 3 times 2 times 64, and I'm getting 30.7 grams of sulfur dioxide. So I have enough wheels here to make 38 cars. I have enough doors to make 30 cars. So how many cars can I actually make? the lesser amount. This isn't. And this is my theoretical yield. That's it. Beep.